Hello, hello, good morning, happy Monday. Today we're going to be doing something slightly different than we've been doing before. Sitsu, hello. How are you doing today? I feel like Mondays have been like on and off for you in the last few weeks, maybe months. I don't know. Time is weird, so I can't like it's like okay, I can't remember how long it's been where it's been like okay, it's okay and then it's not okay by a huge amount. Zilby apparently isn't having a super fun time right now. But I think that's more of a him thing. Mondays are never okay. Anyone who says otherwise are wrong. I mean, it can be neutral, right? Mondays can be neutral. Also, if you use enough caffeine as you know, then we can get through Mondays. We'll be fine. That's usually what I do. Lots and lots and lots of caffeine. All right. So today we're going to be doing something slightly different, as I was mentioning. There have been several people that are going through the Axum course, and we're running into trouble because SeaORM isn't working for them. Specifically, the part where we're creating the models. So we need to go and sort of play around with that ourselves and figure out what's going on. Something I tried my little file syncer didn't sync with the files yesterday. So I wonder if it's because I need to be open with both profiles at the same time for it to actually catch. That'll be interesting if it is. Then I need to like stay logged in to both of them. That'd be interesting. I did remember to install to do an update, and so we have uh, Brew is updated. But let's go ahead and create a new tab, rename, and this will be full stack course. Or maybe we could just do this as the Axum course. All right. Let's see. We'll go to code, builds, full stack Axum course. Oh right, it's like backend, Rust. Oh, I'm in the use solution. That's why. Get switch to main. Let's pull 254 commits. Okay, well, this has been a while since we looked at it on here on this computer at least. All right, so if we do backend, we have Rust, Axum. Okay, so specifically, let's see if we can load it up. All right, so where is it? I think it's in the C or M course, which is the backend part. Oh, it's the second half. Okay, creating database, introduction to CRM. Okay, not that one. Not that one. Oh, it's the models. Generating the models. Yes, there's a bunch of comments here about that we're not able to generate the models here, so we need to do that again. Now, if I now I don't think I've updated SeaORM here myself, but like everybody who's taken through this will have probably the updated version of Rust and the models too. Yeah, we did. The I think one of the problems is that it's the CLI is installed separately, and these are created by the CLI. And after like the post to Reddit, we're getting an increased number of people sort of looking through it. I figure, hey, we can create a quick video, figure out what this is, and then answer. Like, there's 3 or 4 people that are saying they're having trouble with this. So it's one of those things where, like, of course, yeah, and that like the CLI is tough because I don't think I ever said like how to install. Although I did do that H, and we can see what was that. That was okay. So we're on 092. And then what was the command to install it? Cargo install SeaORM CLI. Okay, so let's update that. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't do it on this. This I was on. Was I on Windows at the time? I was on Windows. I was still doing it on Windows. So we're very this is gonna be very different. Okay, so cargo install C or M CLI. Okay. What I'm curious about is if this is going to be compatible with the versions that we have, or am I going to have to like say, hey, install something else? It doesn't look like Windows to me. This oh wait. Oh, you know what? I did I looked down here and I saw the VS Code, the window, and I thought that was a start. I thought that was a start button. And so I'm like, "Oh, we're on Windows." And then yeah, we're totally not. We're probably on the other profile though. You can lock a version when you install on Cargo. Okay, great. So if we need to, we can just create a quick video saying, "Hey, we can lock the version." Also, I don't know if I said hello stacking. Good morning this morning. Bullfirst Dad, hello. Okay, so this is 0112. And if I do C, okay, C or M CLI dash H, I think. So C or M CLI. That's a fairly different help screen already. That looks like the Windows XP text bar. Been a while. That's the only Windows that I really like remember super well. I don't I don't know why. Like I look at the new Windows. I even have it up on my upper screen right now, and I can look up at it. I don't. It's not memorable to me. This is gonna break everything. You can already feel it. I would not. Well, yeah, we're gonna see whether or not it does. Now, if it doesn't, then what we can do is we can create a video of showing like, hey, for this specific course, we're gonna have to install this like CLI. All right, so we're just generate. Does generate still a thing? Hey, so generate is still a thing. So if I do uh, so generate options and subcommand I mean, so far it's okay, maybe, but yeah, I think it's gonna break everything because everybody's saying it's gonna break everything, right? So that kind of makes sense. And then what did I do? Okay, so I generate entity and then gave it the database URL. Ooh, I need to run the right database stuff. Let's Okay, so Docker Compose. Okay, all I care about is the database that's running right now. Um, Everything else is under profiles, it looks like, which is fine. So let's go ahead and just run a Docker Compose up. Wait. Oh, I think it's wait like that. Sure, yeah. Funny things are always nice in the morning, right? All right, so you're happy. Oh, right, this is SeaORM cat. I misspelled that. And either people haven't been going through the course trying to connect to the database, or they've actually noticed that. We're given a new assignment: write a program to solve 10 Sudoku puzzles with backtracking, and the total running for all of them need to be under a second. Like all of them together, so like you could do 10 in a second. I thought that was a bit of a stretch for Python, so he wrote in C. He found an entire book someone wrote about programming Sudoku solvers in C. I would not be surprised if you found a book on writing solver, or maybe not a book, but like a series of blog posts and other things for like JavaScript, Python, Rust. It's such a niche specific topic. I don't know. I could swear I've seen a lot of Reddit posts about like I wrote a Sudoku solver. But maybe I'm just like misremembering, and maybe it's not like super 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 unique. But like an entire book, is it like an actual published book? A published book would be amazing if you found that and you used it in C. That would be really cool. You believe so? Oh, that is pretty awesome. Because like that's right on the topic that you're working on and learning. Oh, that's great. And since C itself hasn't changed that much recently, then the book should still be relatively up to date. You like how your professor told us about backtracking as this cool new algorithm that's based on depth for search, when in reality it's just a fancy word for brute force until you find a solution. Oh, interesting. Okay. So isn't it actually depth for search, but then you're remembering all the different things, and then you're undoing it? I watched one of the videos like oh a while back on the algorithm. I can't remember who did coding adventures do backtracking. I can't remember anymore. I watched like one of the YouTubers that did a video on it, and it looked really cool. Or maybe that was the ants one, and it was called something else. Kind of. If one of the states you're in ends up being invalid, you go back and unset that value and move on to another state. Okay. So it's basically like single threaded, trying multiple paths. You go down, you get on a branch, and if that doesn't result in things working, you just like, hey, let's just go back there and try a different branch. Okay. Yeah, then you don't have to build the entire maze and state, so you can keep state down. That seems like it would be extremely helpful for very large, like potentially like huge mazes or like data sets. I don't think we've ever worked. The closest we've ever come is the stuff that requires like ECS, with like tons of stuff on a screen and dealing with them. But I don't think we're like solving anything for that. So I've never run into a problem where I need that specifically. For Sudoku specifically, there's many highly efficient strategies for solving puzzles. Backtracking is really just brute forcing. Okay, so it's basically is not the necessarily appropriate way to apply that algorithm, but it is a choice. All right, so let's see. We're taking a look at entity. Now it has this. Okay, so -u for database URL. So if we do database URL, that's going to be um, localhost 5322. Oh, specifically it wants. Oh yeah, I remember this now. They actually found it in the environment variables and printed it out. Just like that, right there. Ah, that's cool. Um, all right. I wanna open up to see what is in that .env. Do I have anything in that .env? Builds. We have full stack. All right. I don't have a .env here, so I think it's going to be in backend, Rust, Axum. Oh, I think I need to be in like in project solution. Oh, I don't have a .env at all. Okay, that would explain that. So if I now it wants this to be a database URL like that. So if I this would be Postgres :// okay, username and password. So Postgres :yorb cat at localhost port 5432 / name in the database. I don't think I specifically name it, so it's Postgres. All right, so let's try this again. Yep, it totally exposes your variable when you do this, which is, I suppose, nice if you're doing this solo. If you're doing this in front of other people and a camera, potentially really bad. You've already solved this problem a few years ago, so you're tempted to try to optimize the hell out of it for no reason. Just turn the whole problem into a bit mask and solve it with that. Something annoying is that I/O stuff is really difficult for you in C. Parsing file inputs into data you can manage in your programs is really difficult. I'm having a friend help you with the code for that. I'm doing the rest of the implementation details. I would say I don't know. I don't know. Do you want me to put on my teacher hat and give you my advice for you learning the most? Sure. Okay. So you've identified a weak spot. Um, there's something that I call build and burn. So get your friend to help you out with like the file stuff, and then build and burn. So repeat that 5 times or so, of you just like spinning up a project, connecting, like reading in files, doing the parsing, doing that stuff, throw it away, do it again, do it again, do it again. Like same thing. Repeat that over and over and over again. So it's drills essentially. And then afterwards, like that should get you to the point where you're comfortable with it and you get like the muscle memory for it. And then it should help out a lot. That's my suggestion. That's what I would make my students do all the time. One time I made them do videos and send them to me that they were doing it. That was fun when that you have those students that were like, "No, I refuse to do this." And you're like, "Okay, do you just not want to move on to the next thing, or what? What's going on?" Okay, so do I not need a dash U? I don't remember anymore. Let's go back to the video. Okay, so spent a lot of time looking at that. Okay, output directory. So I'm curious. I think I need to be in the solution folder. Where did we put this? Okay, so I have all my stuff here. Oh, so probably in database. Let's back a little bit. Let's do Ranger. Okay, so these are the things that are generated by SeaORM. So these are what we want it to create, not empty files, because that's like kind of the problem right here, right? We're getting empty files. So if we do a get switch -c to new SeaORM version, if I spell switch correctly. Okay, so if I do that, now I feel relatively okay with, let's cd into, what is it? Oh, I'm still here? Still here. I think this deleted everything, right? So if I bat mod, yeah, these are all generated by SeaORM. So if I remove all this stuff, yes. Okay, you're all gone. Okay, so we're gonna do our SeaORM, generate entity, output directory. So I think it's gonna use, yeah, we just need, okay, we just need that output. So O, and then we do source, database, and that's it. Now that's interesting. Okay, so generating tasks, it's claiming it worked here. You've been learning about tree traversals as state machines, and it's pretty cool. State traversal for optimization problems is an interesting field of study. I think that I've never really spent that much time on tree traversals besides like just enough to teach it, but like not any like real world applications, like where I need to do a tree. I think did we do it? I did not do a tree for most things. Yeah, I mean they did. Yeah, here we go. We're by clearly works, so we're just gonna not look into it any further, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it. You're right. They said it was empty, right? So if we go back into Ranger again, database. Huh. What the? No, 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 no. Stop it. So it recreated these. I'm not crazy, right? Okay, so it recreated these. The types are here. Everything seems to be fine. Okay, so if I run the project, I wonder if I need to update other things too. Okay, the trait bound naive date time is not satisfied. Oh, so it doesn't like that. I mean, but so far that seems to be okay. I guess like the problem is, well, first that is because I'm not in algorithm design, it goes over my head for the most part for that kind of thing. However, if we figure out a good problem that requires it, that usually gets me really interested in it. Like something where I actually need it to solve and not just, oh, it's in some library that like does all the stuff that I want to do and I'm using that. Okay, so if we open up Helix, you are yelling at me about source routes task delete task. So if we open up Helix, let's go to delete task. Let rest analyzer warm up. So yes and no. Um, it didn't go kaboom. It like the actual files were created, and so the models and entities are there. Now we have some other things that are having trouble. Okay, come on. I guess I have to write to have it. No, no, no. You stay here. You go over here. Let's go into okay, so I'm in backend Rust XM project solution. Let's do cargo run. So this is the boom really here. They're running the actual SeaORM was just fine. That worked. When I first started programming, my mentor really hammered into me always think about how you can best think about and store your data for your task. Whenever you go into solving a problem, your first thoughts are regarding what sort of data you're dealing with and how you can represent it using whatever various data structures is fitting. Yeah, that's really good. It's a good thing to sort of like think about data and like how the data flows through the systems. Okay, so delete task Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Solution. What is this? Routes task, delete task. I think it's this one. Line 21. Okay, so this one might yell at me saying from chrono date time UTC. There we go. Is not satisfied. Required for oh right, and chrono is no longer good, right? Because it's not being updated anymore. There's so much about this. Okay. Now I do a now into. So now is like a UTC now from chrono. I do an into for this deleted at. Oh, I wonder. They might have had to. So is there a drop in replacement for chrono? Let's see if there's something we can look into for SeaORM. SeaORM chrono replacement. Let's see if like they wrote a blog post or something about this. There's a chrono date time. This is like a year ago. A bunch of watches for some reason. Wait, is chrono fine now? Wait, what happened? What happened to the rest of what happened to the docs? And why this weekend? What happened this weekend? I wasn't paying attention to anything. Wait, there's a with chrono. There's still a dependency on chroma here. Oh, alacrity. Yeah. No, it's just like alacrity um has terrible docs. I think Kyle in Discord put it very nice and succinct. Of just like alacrity is better than everything else, but those the lack of documentation is a thing. There's a time when people were moving to time instead. So apparently Chrono has not been updated in quite some time and has a major security vulnerability, and it's not being worked on or fixed. And that obviously is not cool. So has this always been here? Is this a new thing in docs? The feature flag section? This seems really nice. And I don't remember seeing it before. That has been here a long time. I have completely missed this. This would be so helpful to just because like how many times we were like, what feature flags are there? I don't know what they're called. Now it'd be nice if it also linked to the area in the docs that you need the feature for. That would be like the next step amazing. Okay, so with Chrono as default, but with JSON, Chrono Serde. Okay, so time potentially works too. Okay, so with Chrono is Chrono there. So, oh, you know what? Everything's just sort of worked. I wonder. Okay, let's do another remove. Not probably not that. I want to remove. It's gonna be in source database. Okay, let's get rid of all those again. Let's update everything we have. Okay, so if we do bat cargo.toml, I wonder if I need to update all of these to the most recent, or at least the SeaORM stuff. So, what is SeaORM's most recent ones? Looks like 0.11.2. 0.11.2. Okay, not Chrono, SeaORM. Okay, so if I just do that and nothing else, let's try running this again. Okay, so install, run. Oh, you're probably going to fail because I haven't actually created the models and the types. Yeah, so you're super upset at everything now. All right, let's try this again. So if we do SeaORM, CLI, I generate these entities. I have the latest CLI and I have the latest SeaORM. It still seems to be working. Like it still is creating these. What am I missing? So a lot of people are saying not generate types, just empty files. This is in response to somebody who's saying try this. CRM, CLI, generate entity, source entities, entity source. Hmm. Now they're doing source entities. Okay, I don't have that here. Okay, so let's try let's try doing what that person was suggesting. Uh, so it's no, apparently it did not copy that. All right, so CRM, CLI, generate entity, output to source entities. This doesn't exist. So it's going to create that as a folder, I believe. Your database URI, um, it shouldn't need this, but we can put this in here anyways. So this will be HTTP. No, Postgres / username and password. So was that Postgres key yorb cat at localhost 5432 / Postgres output. Now this one is like even more suspicious that we have two O's here. So if I do that, what happened? So yeah, we have an entity source. Oh, weird. Okay, so we now have an entity source. Oh, but it still created these. I still see these. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that. It's going to create the very last one. The last thing here. Yeah, and okay, that's why I created a source. So it ignores the first one. So this worked. So I think I need more information. So I'm gonna need to ask in YouTube and basically say like, hey, I ran the latest version of the CLI with, and that didn't that like still that actually created the files and they had data in them. So I'm now curious of like what's going on there. Like did something not work? Something else must be happening. So that kind of sucks. Now with the rest of it, let's see. I don't have anything opened. Oh, I want capital F. So this is what? Delete. Oh, I think it was delete. Delete task. Let you do your thing. So this is a chrono is having trouble. Now I'm using chrono directly. I wonder if it's also like a difference problem, or if I need to add chrono in as a maybe I do. So if I with this thing I need to use uh shift F and that drops me into the right file here. Okay, SeaORM. Let's see. I think chrono is a feature you can add in now. Maybe I do miss having the little check marks telling me about like the versions and other stuff. That'd be so nice if somebody were to. Well, actually, we can't. There's no plugin system for Helix yet, but that would be nice once there is a plugin system for us to be able to like have that. All right, so if we do that, run you again. The trait from chrono datetime UTC is not implemented for naive datetime. Also, I feel like this didn't change the compile. It didn't like retry. So do a cargo add SeaORM again. Okay, so that's 0.11.2. Chrono is added in there. Time is also added in there. So I don't know if that means we need to go with the time. Okay, just had to refresh yourself on a Chrono situation. I think there was a vulnerability in an old version of Time that Chrono used. Oh, so like switching to Time wouldn't necessarily help. Um, unless it was a newer version because of Time update. But it was fixed and has new maintainers with the 0.5 release being planned. Okay, okay. So Chrono's back on the menu again. Nice. It is a nice library. So having Chrono there would be nice to have, especially since I think it has um, WebAssembly uh, support, so you can use it in the front end too, which is really nice. I think I did that once, and I don't remember exactly where. It might have been this project. Okay, so this is showing that like I have Chrono, so like maybe there must be a difference in the types for Chrono. So let's try cargo. Can I do an update Chrono? Oh, it's okay, let's just re-add it. Cargo add Chrono. Okay, so 0423. That's the same ones. I'm looking at those features. I'm not necess. I don't think it would be Serde. I mean, I don't think any of those are features that we would absolutely have. Was there an issue before you replaced the generated code? So the issue that's reported in the comments is that tasks, and it's like several people are saying they're having the same problem where the models aren't being generated, are empty. So we're getting them. Yeah. Well, I updated the CLI to the latest version. We're on the latest version of Rust too, right? Let's double check. I'm on the latest version of Rust. Wait, didn't a new one just come out? I guess it's not available yet. I thought it got announced. I thought 1.69 got announced. Guess it's not. I guess it's not available yet. Chrono still hasn't been updated, and it's been a few years off the top of your head, so good luck getting any major libraries to use it, even if they eventually do update it. Yeah, that's the problem with software and like keeping yourself up to date. It's like marketing is also like a big thing. Um, has it been updated? This is 0.4.23 still, right? Or is cargo ad not really taking a look? 0424. Okay. Okay, so if I do that, let's do cargo run again. The issue is still open with people reporting it's not patched. The fix was in 0420, unless there's a more recent issue. Interesting. And then you're still running into the same problem here. Okay. So what is this? The trait bound naive date time from chrono date time UTC is not satisfied. I wonder if like I can turn it into a string or something, and if that would make it work. So it's this now into. It's like if I take now and I do toString. Do you have a toString? Oh, it's not satisfied for string either. That'd be so nice. Um, okay, so basically, what type is this? I believe we can. So one thing that would be really nice in Helix is the ability to have a file sort of picker, because just looking through this list isn't really helpful necessarily. So I have to like now remember. I just want to go and like take a look at the list of files and then look inside of them. But so source, database. What was this? This was TAS, right? So TAS. So deleted at is an option date time. And if we come in here, date time is from SeaORM entity prelude. So I have to create it from that potentially. So SeaORM. Oh, and this is SeaORM entity. Okay, let's go to their documentation. It's closed because the issue was resolved, but it's also so it sounds like there's massive communication problems between the community and the author, which like even if there isn't a problem, that's still going to be a problem that there is that communication problem. Where okay, so what is this? This is in SeaORM entity. Oh, I just want this date time, right? So we can just search for it. Date time. Okay, entity prelude date time. And let's see what we can do to create a date time. It's commonly created from naive date. And is that what the error is? To implement into naive date time. Okay, so I need to create a naive date time first. Naive date time. Create a new primitive date time from the provided date and time. Yeah, so like the problem, like the management of projects is really important. And even if the issue is fixed, the fact that there's this sort of like back and forth is a bad sign, because it does mean that there's like a massive communication failure, and that also shows a trust failure on both directions potentially. Like we don't know. Like I'm not really in it, and I don't really know what's going on. If I hear that though, it does make me very hesitant to use the project. Okay, so I need to create a naive date time. Now you're creating a date time. What type of datetime? Is that cool? Just datetime. So it's a chrono. Oh, it's a chrono datetime, and I need a naive datetime. But oh, date naive. Well, so if I do that, from naive date, not set. Okay, so this needs to be not naive date. This needs to be like date time. So naive UT. Oh, there, that might work. That works. Okay, so naive UTC gives me that. And so if we take a look at other issues, well, that goes way back. What? Where is? Okay, I don't. What is? What file is this? This is. Oh, in cargo registry. Wait a second. Why are you finding problems in here? Don't do that. Okay, update tasks. So exactly the same thing. So naive, um, naive UTC. Okay, and that will work. Set completed at option. Okay, so this one's slightly different. Now you're a date time fixed offset. Can I do an into here? Probably not, right? The trait bound option naive date time is not satis. Oh, so it's like we're gonna have to extract this out even further because like this is an option already when we if let summed it. So it's almost like we need to do like if let sum again. This would be completed at. And that gives me a date time. And so can I do something like oh, we could map it too. Oh, mapping it would probably oh, you know what, that'd be so much better. Let's do that. So that'd be in here. We do a map. So we have basically the date time. Okay, so I have a date time fixed offset, and I want to return a date time dot probably a naive UTC again. Yeah, that works. That makes it happy. Okay, so that works. And then you, okay, so .env. Oh, the jot secret's not defined, so I'd need to like add that as a .env. But besides that, seems to be working. So I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't really go to .env here. I completely forgot what it was yelling at me about. Okay, hold on. Let's recompile this. Jot secret. That's what it was. Jot secret equals, I'm just gonna do that. Let's try this again. Oh, address is already in use because I have something else using port 3000, but it's trying now. So that's a good sign. But it doesn't like this doesn't help with anybody else setting up because like I got past the part where they were working on it. Okay. Also, what is listening to that? Is that in here? I bet I have something. Are you listening to it? Can I do a Docker compose down? Something there might be listening to it. Okay, let's try this again. No. All right, I've got it compiling. I've got it working. Okay. You're on port 3000. I don't remember how to use this. I think we were using Thunder Client to hit this. I don't have a collection. Oh, it was a different profile, so I don't have any of the stuff. But maybe this was it. I want to like log in as me. But yeah, take a look at this. Okay. So the server's working now. So I can log in, get my token. Can I get I do a get all the tasks not authenticated. So auth, let's do bear that token. I don't remember what I need to do to. Okay, do I need authorization bear that? I don't remember what I need to do to get it happy with this. Okay. You're upset, but not necessarily because of anything we're doing here. That seems to be fine. So, okay, I think what we'll do is I'm gonna create when I post the video up to YouTube. Maybe I'll find out like where we actually start like using SeaORM and like skip through our introductions and stuff. Get the timestamp for that. Post that as a response comment and just say like ask them to go through and just sort of like take a look at that because it seems to work. At least that specific part. And I don't know exactly what's going on outside of that. So maybe that'll help, or maybe it's something completely different that's going on. And we're looking at the wrong place. Like maybe it has something to do with like the database wasn't running properly, or something else with like the Docker stuff. Docker should be keeping the version information correct. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's 8:10. So tomorrow, unless anybody chats about like more information about this that we can look into, we'll probably just continue on with the LMS project tomorrow. So it'll be sort of back and forth. And we'll take a look at this again if we get more information and we have something that we can take a look at. I don't necessarily want to create a video on this yet because I'm not sure what the problem is. And fixing this, like updating, is not too bad. It seems to be fine. So with that, I would rather just move forward with a project that allows me to replace this course with something that's even easier to update and work through. So that'll be a thing. Anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out today. So hopefully Chrono is fine. I don't know. Like we can take a look at that. We have 5 minutes or so. So it's being closed. Yeah, it is being closed right away, isn't it? Chrono has the issue not because of its time 0.1 dependency, but because it directly calls local time R in the same way that time 0.1 does. One hundred 156 conversation points in between there. Nice. So 6 hours ago, this was okay. This is also closed. You can disable the default features and use the clock feature, I believe, so that the old time does not end up in the dependency tree. Oh, because it's part of a feature flag. I mean that's a nice thing about feature flags. So you can basically prevent it from being added. Now this is also closed. Close this is not planned. The problem that I could see with this is having a crate in the project that has a known security vulnerability, even if you're not using it, is like, to me it feels like this is my old sysadmin, like part of me coming in, that it feels dangerous just having it even if you're not using it. Let's go take a look at Cisco 2. So advisory for 0.1 dependency. Oh, and this is that one that we looked at, right? I think so. It looks like there's a lot of people opening these up. Granted, if it's not truly being used, Rust would not even compile it into the binary at the end of the day. I don't see there being an issue in a compiled language. The vulnerability code is not called. The problem, so and again, this is just like the old sysadmin in me, not necessarily like a real problem type thing. But the concern usually is that just having it there is dangerous because what if somebody does call it? Do any of you remember? Oh, what was it? It was there was an was it Ethereum? Ethereum wallet like class called like lost tokens or whatever. This was a long time ago. I don't uh like there was an Ethereum wallet with like a public class that like just that deleted or whatever like coins. I don't exactly know exactly what happened, but like uh oh man, it was so long ago. I don't remember what it was called. Um there's a lot of discussion about it back when it happened, but I have no idea what it's called now. You don't agree with Chrono on this issue, but a compiled language would just tree shake it out of the binary. Yeah. Well, I mean, is that is that true for that would not be true for dev. It's only true for production, right? And if if as a developer I'm pulling in Chrono and I can use it and I can use the bad time, then to me that's a problem with Chrono allowing me to grab a vulnerable repo through them. That's where I would see the issue is like we should just not have it in there if it is a problem. So just like increase it to 0.3 and then also fix the real problem, which seems to be not using time. that that also seems to be the issue too. Um, oh, does it not export the vulnerable code? Okay, that's good. I'm so used to like so many places exporting that now to make it easy. If kernel was to fix the issue now by removing the dependency, it would require an immediate 0.5. Then to add their other plans required a 0.6. The implications on other creates would be huge. Well, this is the reason why we need to switch to real Semver. It shouldn't be a 0.6. It shouldn't be a 0.5. If you do a breaking change, that should be like a 1.0, a 2.0, a 3.0, because it would be breaking. And if we're using Semver properly, then it won't ever hit us because we'd be saying, oh, everything that's not breaking, that's just additive, let's go ahead and bring that in. And that is something that I noticed, like, is to me, I don't like it. A huge part of the community just stays on 0.x for crate versions, doesn't move to 1.0 and plus. Twisted Seed, hello. The versioning wouldn't be any different. I think so, right? Because if you have a binary that has like the older version, it will not break you if they updated to like a 2.0, like a major update won't break you because you say, "Hey, we're going to use this version with minor and above." It won't break either way. Oh, wait, but weren't you saying that it would cause a problem with everybody else because of how Rust handles Semver in different 0.x releases? Oh, do they handle Semver differently? Oh, for some reason I thought that zero was like treated exactly the same. The implication is that every other crate would need to support a new major release, right? But I guess like that's that's like, I don't know, we have to figure that out, right? Because just not updating is also not an option. And like, I mean, I guess this is like, this is a problem with, it's not Node. It's also like everything else. Like they're so, this is not this anything that has like major dependency trees, which is every language right now, is a huge uh a huge, just like spaghetti mess of like, okay, we're gonna update now, just down the tree everything gets updated. So the problem it sounds like is, if there is no vulnerable code anymore, convincing everybody of that. And that's a marketing slash communications thing. This is like one of the reasons why open source is so hard, especially if you're doing open source as like individual developers and there's no company behind it, because it's like, okay, well, it's really hard to prove that, because you don't have time to like go out and like set up these communication channels and set things up and prove it, have discussions. And that's partially why we see so many people switching to and using projects that are backed by large organizations like Rust with the Rust Foundation or Node with the Node Foundation. They aren't even attempting to communicate the issue, but that's what my I mean is like, what's is Chrono backed by a company? I don't think they are, right? It's just a person, right? I don't think we can see owners here, right? I can see how many people have contributed, but I don't think that's the same thing. I don't know how to look at like owners. I think to play sort of like advocate on the other side, it is hard for like, if somebody hasn't been trained or learned this, you haven't gone through the fire of that kind of communication. It can feel that you don't need to, and everybody's attacking you. It would almost certainly require a new major version of crates. Right. I mean, yeah, it probably would. It probably would. But this is a problem that like, I don't know if it's solved in any language right now. Is like, hey, there's a security vulnerability, update, wait 5 days and update everything, because everything updates, because like we're all relying upon each other, and it's a thing. Anyways, it's like it's a problem. It's a problem like not unique to like this crate. It's not unique to Rust. It's like a modern programming issue that we all need to figure out and fix. But anyways, I don't know if us sort of sitting here and chatting about this is helping. If we want to talk about it, let's continue chatting in yeah, yeah. Let's not. Well, we don't need to get into that. We can continue chatting in Discord. I'm generally there, and I generally have good answer because I don't need to be like on screen or anything. I do have my day job I need to get to. So I will get this out there hopefully today or tomorrow, and then I'll respond to the YouTube video comments with like, hey, check this out. Is this similar? Like, I didn't run into the problem. I ran into different problems. Um, and then we'll move forward from there. And then tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, I'll be back. Whether or not we're working on this again, or if we're working on the LMS again, is unknown. We'll see. So with that, have a great rest of your Monday, or at least least an okay Monday if possible. And I will see you next time. Bye.